Hello everyone, here is the review of the Stihl FSA 90. This was initially the model 90R and this is the model 90. The difference between two is actually the handlebar or the operation. Actually the 90R was originally equipped with this handlebar. This is the HOA 85, the long hedge trimmer. Actually I bought these machines, actually the three machines I bought them second hand. This has been previously used by some company which is renting garden equipment. So this one was the 90R and was equipped with this handlebar like the HOA 85. It was staying right here. But because I am cutting grass on 1000 square meters, for me it's easier to use the bike handlebar, so I bought this cheaper second hand and I equipped it with this handlebar. You can buy it as a spare part, and I used actually the original mechanism for controls. It was mounted over here on this pipe, but I moved it here like on the original model 90. And for the aim I also needed to buy the cable, which you also can buy as a spare part. The reason why I actually bought this machine second hand is because the Stihl service, actually the warranty service is not so good in our country, and if you need, for example, if you break the motor of the machine, you need to wait a few months until they can import it because they don't have it in stock. So for me it's the same if I order it from somewhere else, from Germany or elsewhere, from over the internet, or if I wait the dealer for a warranty repair several months, because this was exactly the case. And this one, the second machine, as you can see, it looks fresher. It didn't belong to a rental company. It's originally the model 90 with this handlebar, the bike handlebar as I call it, and it actually had a burnt engine, so I had to buy a new engine, and it's now has a brand new machine because I replaced the engine. And the other one, I thought it will break first the engine, but after 2 years this is still the original engine with which it's operating. I will show you the burnt engine of this machine. This is the motor, the electric motor, and this is actually the crack into the shell of the motor. As you can see here and here, it got a crack, and this is due to overheating. Actually the previous owner, some stupid guy, used the machine with this one. This is the Duro Cut 20 model. You have a cutting diameter of 45 centimeters with it, but it's actually way too heavy for this tiny motor to cut grass with. Actually, if you overheat this, the machine warns you. It starts blinking on the battery. The indicators on the battery start blinking, saying you that you should leave the machine for a while to just cool off. But actually the previous owner didn't do that. He just reinserted the battery and continued working. And this actually the DuroCut 20, which is for the gas trimmers of Stihl, it actually is too heavy. It weighs half a kilo, while the original, this is actually not the original, but similar to the original cutting hat. This weighs only 350 grams and has a cutting diameter of 35 centimeters, actually 10 centimeters smaller than this one. So if you're cutting through high and thick grass like me, and you're cutting on a higher speed, because you can actually regulate the speed of rotation through this wheel here. So if you're cutting on a higher speed, and with this one, the bigger trimmer heads, you will most likely burn out the engine. What happened to my second device, actually to the first device that I bought, is that a small part like this one, this is actually the key that is for regulating the number of rotations into this handle. It's inserted somewhere here inside. This one did a short circuit, so such a small part for 7-8 euro, except the delivery price, actually burned what's more important, and this is the motherboard of the machine. This motherboard is actually inserted here, just beside the engine, the motor, the electric motor, and this is this part is actually an expensive one. It costs like the price of the motor, something like 200 to 250 euro. So a small part like this one, with its short circuit, with the short circuit, it actually may burn also the battery, so you should take care. So these small parts which burnt in this machine, I replaced it then. Burnt also this motherboard which controls the motor, and this one I scrapped down. It was inside resin, and I scrapped it down with the intention to repair it, but it turned out that it's unrepairable. So this was also not in stock. So if you burn this on your machine, which is a warranty machine, and if your local dealer in your country doesn't have this in stock, you have to wait several months until they deliver it. So that's why I bought two machines, because it's easier to have a spare machine to work with until the first one is broken, unless to buy the full price for a warranty machine and to wait again several months with just one machine that you can use because something has broken and you can't use it. So what's the conclusion? Don't use so big heads on this machine, because you burn the electric motor. It will overheat it and you will burn it, that's for sure. This doesn't this also can be repaired. I contacted some technicians that repair some kind of electric motors, but he explained me that it's unrepairable. As you can see, it's not only the crack here, all the magnets have been unglued from the shell, and they are here just on the one side of this thing. So you have actually to pull this down from here, to weld it here, and then to glue them all in place here to make this working again. And he said this is pretty impossible because the glue has some thickness, and when these magnets will be glued with some glue in out of factory conditions, it will not be possible for the rotor to rotate after that. So there was no short circuit here. Just from overheating, the magnets were unglued from their places, and actually this has cracked, as you can see. So these parts cost around 250 to 300 euro, and the motherboard is a little bit cheaper. But for 2 years with a second-hand machine, I have to replace this one on the first machine plus this one, and I have to buy a new motor for the second machine, which I bought actually very cheap, because it had this burnt motor. So now this is like a brand new machine, and the other one may actually burn the motor at some certain moment, because it has here this bearing, and if you while cutting hit some branches or some stones inside the grass, this ball bearing here goes loose, and at one certain moment this loose movement into the ball bearing actually makes short circuit into the motor, and it burns out. So at one certain moment I will have to replace the motor on the first machine maybe. Let's talk about battery life. I actually bought 3 batteries. First I bought this one, the AP200. With it you can work depending on the speed of rotations. You can work up to 20 to 25 minutes. On the lower speed, of course, you can work longer, up to 30 minutes maybe. This is actually a very lightweight battery. It weighs only 1.3 kilograms, and with it the machine is really lightweight, and if you don't need to work very long, it's very comfortable to use. After that, I actually bought the AP300, which weighs nearly about 1.8 kilograms. With it you can work from 30 to 40 minutes depending on the speed of rotation of the trimming head. Lately I have bought this one, the AP300 S model. With it you can work up to 45 minutes, 45 to 50 actually, depending on the speed of rotation of the trimming head. And it weighs only 100 grams more than the AP300. And as you can see, this is 281 watt hours. The regular 300 is 227 watt hours, and this one is nearly half from the watt hours of the biggest one. It is only 151 watt hours. So if you are cutting the grass, if you're mowing for example 100 square meters like me, with one of these machines you can mow 100 square meters for about 2.5 to 3.5 hours. With two of these machines you need at least 2 or 3 batteries. It's best if you have 4, of course, but with two of these machines you can mow the grass on 100 square meters for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Let's talk about the charging. I have the Stihl AO500, which is the most powerful from the AO series chargers. This battery, it's charging, the AP200 is charging for about half an hour, 25 to 35 minutes. This one, the 300, is charging for about, let's say, 35 to 40 minutes. And this one, the AP300S, which is not the biggest battery, they have also the 500S now. This one is charging for about 40 to 45 minutes with this, the most powerful charger. So as a conclusion, if you have these two machines, you can work with 2 of the batteries and one can be on the charger. Of course, if you have a second charger and another battery, you can charge 2 of these batteries until the other 2 are working on the machines. So my conclusion about these machines, better buy them second-hand if you can. If you can afford a brand new machine, of course, and if your dealer has stock of the most important spare parts like this motherboard, like the motor, you can afford to buy a brand new machine. But if your local dealer doesn't have anything from this in stock, better buy a second-hand machine with something broken, like the motor, like the motherboard, like something on the controls. And you can easily buy spare parts online by downloading the service manual of these machines and buying the spare parts, like from taking out this number here, which is under the brand logo of Stihl. And actually if you have the service manual diagram, you can find all the spare parts that you see on these machines, and you can order them from online, of course, if they have them in stock, because I recently saw on the German website of Stihl that they made all new models, like the FSA 120, for example, or 140. These are brand new models, or the FSA 110, which is an AK system with AK battery, but I didn't see the FSA 90 anymore, which is the concept with the engine above the trimmer heads and the battery on the other side of the machine. For example, the newer models, most of them are made, the AP models, with a battery on the battery compartment and the engine just in front of it. So you have this long shaft going through the trimmer head, and I don't know whether this concept is better, because I have heard that this shaft breaks, and all the teeth gears that are connecting the shaft with the motor and with the cutting parts are actually breaking at some point. And actually the shaft, I have heard that on lower end models they do this shaft from a rope. It's not a metal shaft, it's some kind of elastic rope or whatever. So I'm not sure that the concept of the newer models is better than on this one, but unfortunately Stihl doesn't offer the FSA 90 or 90R models as brand new. You can still buy them on the internet brand new from a few websites around the world. Its price now is around 311 British pounds for the model FSA 90R. Actually this one with this type of handlebar instead of this one. This is the round grip model, on German round grip, from a round handle, and around 479 Canadian dollars for this one, the Stihl FSA 90, originally equipped with this type of handlebar, the bike handlebar. So this is my review about these two machines. You can ask me questions in the comment section, of course, and if something is not clear about these machines, I can do another video. And about the other one, the HLA 85, the long hatch trimmer, I will do another video in future. And very important, one thing I forgot to mention in the video recently, let's talk about prices of electricity and prices of mowing. 100 square meters, around 1000 square meters, or 1 acre of grass with the FSA 90. You will need these 3 full batteries, and to recharge one of these, maybe the AP300 or AP300S, just to cut the grass on 1000 square meters. And with the prices of electricity where I live, they actually put the prices 10% higher 3 days ago. But okay, before this increase in the price of electricity for which I was mowing 1000 square meters were around 25 euro cents. Now it will be like something like 30 or 35 euro cents. But for comparison, I owned actually also a gasoline grass mower, big one, with a 45 or 47 millimeters diameter, centimeters, sorry, 47 centimeters diameter of the cutting knife. So it was using about between 3.5 and 5 liters of gasoline for 1000 square meters, which with the current prices of gasoline is around 6.5 and 7 euro. So the comparison is really very clear. It's 35 euro cents compared to 6.5 or 7 euro for 1000 square meters cutting of grass. And added to this, you are not inhaling the fuel, actually the gas that comes out of the gas pipe of the gasoline mower. It's much more cleaner. It doesn't smell, and you're not depending on the gasoline station. You just plug this into the charger, plug these batteries, and for half an hour to up to 45 minutes for this one, the biggest one, and they are done. And one more thing, of course, you should store them always with at least half of their power, like this. You should never store them with just one glowing LED here. You should always store them with at least half of their capacity. It is just to preserve their longevity and to be sure that their life cycle will not be shortened. You also should store those in a place where it's at least 10 to 12 degrees in winter. You should not store them in places with minus temperatures in the winter. So that's it about battery life and electricity costs compared to gasoline costs. And yet another thing that I forgot to mention, you can equip the FSA 90 with either a 2.4 millimeter cord. This is a little bit thinner. This is a square section cord, or you can equip it, as you can see, with a 260 millimeter knife. But it's not recommended to use the knife in case you're going to hit some stuff inside the grass, like branches or bushes or whatever, or stone, or I don't know what. If you are gonna hit some obstacles with this knife, it's better to use just a cord. But just in case you have a thicker grass, you can use the knife as well. And this is an advantage of the FSA 90 model compared to the FSA 85 and 86 models, which were the weaker ones, and so with which you can only use the cord. With this one you can also use the grass cutter knife. But pay attention not to hit some stuff that will block the knife, because as more as you hit such stuff, you break the ball bearing on the motor, and at the end this will result into a burnt motor, and you will need to replace the motor. So in case you have a thicker grass, you can use the knife, but be careful not to hit some obstacles on the ground. See you next time. Bye.